This video has been put together in memory of Arnie Crow. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I've been asked by Josie and the family to prepare and speak the eulogy of Arnie. Arnie was a great character and even a greater man. Arnie was born in Cooma in June 1927. His mother was from Berriedale and father from Adaminaby. He was from a family of 8. Arnie was the 3rd eldest. Both Arnie and Josie were raised in Adaminaby. Raymond was born on the 29th of October 1958 and Willie was born on the 10th of October 1960 at the Cooma Hospital on Josie's birthday.
Growing up as a child, there was no place I'd rather be than running around after weathers or cattle mustering time, which was the ultimate thing for the January school holidays. The fun in meeting different guests that came up to the cabins and helping Nana clean the cabins, while I was always trying to see where Pop was so I could sneak off with him for any farm jobs, even just to hear the stories like the snowy hydro or about the mountains. There was just always too many to say.
Yes, very good. Wonderful times, yeah. Of course, when you're young, you're not like when you get old. You get old and bloody feeble and poor ass over it.
The boys described their dad as being the backbone, forever proud of them, forever cheering them on in life. He will be irreplaceable and cherished. His pride also in the grandchildren was forthright. Anybody listening to Arnie would think they were all likely prime ministers or superstars, the way in which he described them. All the family have much to be proud of. For the rest of us, Arnie would have it no other way than for us to keep up the good times, to laugh together, to tell a few stories no matter how true, and cheer each other on.
Arnie worked very hard before we got married. He worked very, very hard, putting some money together, both in the mountains working for Snowy Hydro and cutting so many tonnes of wood under all conditions. And no chainsaws in those days. It was just a Hagen saw, and it was hard work.
On January 18th, 1958, the wedding bells rang out. This date was chosen based on the fact that there were no local races on that weekend at Adaminaby, and therefore the wedding could be fitted in.
Our marriage been fairly well, good. No put-ons or anything like that. Fair dinkum.
I miss him just for being here, because we lived our lives together, and we were together all day and all night. And whereas he didn't go off to work, and then I went off to work and didn't meet him, for dinner that night or whenever. It was just that we were together all the time.
Now, anybody who knew Arnie would have to know that his humour was his hallmark. He left you laughing at his one-liners and stories of the snowy. He loved to have a laugh and see others laugh with him.
He was a people's person. He was very easy to speak to. He loved the joke. He was very good at a party. because he entertained people with his stories and he was always interested in what was going on around him. He picked up all his farming knowledge from his grandfather, and even at an early age he learned to drive a car, and his grandfather taught him. Not his father, but his grandfather. His grandfather taught him how to plough, what the right seed to grow when, weather conditions, the right conditions to grow crops. We moved to a little place out of Boorowa, and we had the farm there. He didn't completely understand their climate and what other farmers did, but the point is he accepted it, and he made a go of it. And he used to put crops in down there, and we had sheep, and he knew how to, because he knew how to class a fleece of wool, and made friends with the neighbours very quickly, and great friends too. They were friends for years later. But of course we ran into a drought, and that's the reason why we would decide to sell and move back.
Well, actually born on the farm, and I suppose we've been farming for 50 years or more. Might be just a little bit more than 50 years. Yeah, but we was here, there, and everywhere, like Boorowa, Dalgety, where's Yukonbean, down at Rocky Plain. We've been everywhere on the farms. Yeah. But anyway, it was our life. That's how we ended up. We're both old now, and of course we're not worrying about it, but we still have our wool checks and our cattle checks. Yeah.
And of course we moved back and set up again here, and away we went. Leased some land off the Snowy Hydro, and the next thing we started the little fishing business. So that's, we were at the lake when the water was filling, and it was coming into the property, and that's how we met the fishermen. It has been a hard 11 months for me, being without Arnie, and I'd like to, on behalf of myself and Raymond and Willie and family, I'd like to thank everybody for being so kind and considerate and so helpful, and it's all been appreciated. Thank you very much.
May God bless you. May you find favour in His eyes. Arnie, thanks. Thanks for everything, old mate.